Hello and welcome to Vacations by Tiffany. I'm your go-to travel agent giving you tips and information about cruises, Disney, and more. In this episode, we're taking a tour of Royal Caribbean's newest ship, the largest cruise ship in the world, the amazing Wonder of the Seas. Near each of the elevators, you'll find a directory for the entire ship. It's very convenient, and you can also use the Royal Caribbean app. Here's a fun fact. Inside the elevator are the days of the week on the floor. I always think it's fun to take a quick picture for each day of your cruise. Now we're heading to Entertainment Place. This is located on Deck 4. Here's where you'll find the Royal Theater. There's all sorts of entertainment such as movie night, the show called The Tap Factory, and they also have comedians, an original to Royal Caribbean, their signature production called Voices. Heading out of the Royal Theater, we enter more parts of the Entertainment Place, where you'll find the Attic Comedy Club, Studio B Ice Skating Rink, and here's the Diamond Club Lounge. At the Studio B Ice Skating Rink, you can see fantastic productions such as 365 Seasons on Ice. It's a beautiful show about the different seasons of the year. And you can even come do your own skating during a free skate session. Just be sure to bring your socks. I highly recommend that you download the Royal Caribbean app, and you can find all of these shows and reserve a ticket using the app. Here's a travel agent tip. Even with a reservation, I still recommend that you arrive early for all of the shows. Now we're inside the Attic Comedy Club, where you can find different comedians and events throughout your cruise. And by the way, using the Royal Caribbean app is free to use while on board the ship, even if you don't purchase the Wi-Fi. Check out my episode about the shows on my playlist. Heading back out of the attic, we pass one of the elevator bays along with a set of stairs and head toward the main dining room. The main dining room on the Wonder of the Seas spans 3 decks. At the time that you book your cruise, you'll choose between an early seating, a later seating, or My Time dining. All of the meals inside the main dining room, like breakfast, lunches, and dinner, are all included in the cost of your cruise. Be sure to check my Royal Caribbean playlist to see my episode about the new menus rolled out earlier this year in 2023. Leaving the dining room, we're now in the Royal Promenade, where you'll find a Starbucks coffee kiosk. There's other bars and lounges like Bolero's Latin Theme Lounge, where they feature live music and dancing, along with a full bar. And across the way is Spotlight Karaoke. Here you can sing on a stage to one of thousands of songs, or rent your own private booth. The Royal Promenade is one of the neighborhoods on the Wonder of the Seas. It spans from aft to stern and is a great way to get from one end of the ship to the other. There are shops along the way selling clothing and attire and Royal Caribbean logo souvenirs. Here's one of my favorites on Royal Caribbean, Sorrento's Pizza, which is included in the price of your cruise. Across the way is another lounge called the Cask and Clipper, the English-style pub. You'll find one of these on each ship in the Royal Caribbean fleet, with a wide variety of beers and live music in the evenings. Here's some more shopping. And next to that is Cafe Promenade, where you can find specialty coffees like lattes and espresso drinks. Here's the next cruise desk, where you can get some great deals while on board. Shopping on cruises is very popular, and if you want, you can visit seminars while on board where they'll tell you all about the shopping in the ports too. And maybe even have some coupons. Here's the Rising Tides bar that takes you up from this deck to the Central Park. And next to that is guest services. Now we're heading up to Deck 6. Here you'll find the Shore Excursions desk where you can book your shore excursions or ask questions. And across the way is the Schooner Bar. This is a staple on every Royal Caribbean ship. If you want to know more about the different drink packages, be sure to check out my episode on the Royal Caribbean playlist. Now we follow the twinkling lights and the sound of the carousel out to the next neighborhood on our tour, the Boardwalk. This is an iconic multi-purpose space of the Wonder and on her sister ships. It's filled with attractions, shops, dining, an aqua theater, and much more. You can take a ride on the carousel. It's included in the price of your cruise. And then afterward, if you want, you can stop and buy some sweets at the Sugar Beach Candy Shop. Further down the boardwalk, you'll find Johnny Rocket's specialty dining and this purple iconic dry slide called the Ultimate Abyss. Take a look at these balcony rooms. If you book one of these, you'll have the best of boardwalk views as well as some ocean views. Next to the carousel is Playmaker's Sports Bar and Arcade. This is another specialty restaurant that you'll find featuring hamburgers, stacked onion rings, and much more. It's also a great place to come check out all of the sports games and enjoy drinks at the full bar. At the very aft of the ship, you'll find the Aqua Theater. This is where you can see the world-class aqua show featuring an all-female cast of divers, stunt performers, dancers, and athletes called Intense. Be sure to reserve a seat using the Royal Caribbean app and arrive early because this theater fills up fast. Here's a closer look at the Ultimate Abyss and the rock climbing walls. If all of this excitement is making you hungry, here's the Boardwalk Doghouse, featuring classic hot dogs, chicken or pork sausages with all of the toppings. And this is all included in your cruise. Next, we head up a couple more decks where there are staterooms located, up to Deck 8 to the Central Park neighborhood. This is one of my favorite spaces where you can enjoy a lush, green park space filled with real plants and flowers, creative artwork, delicious food, and even more delicious beverages. All while you're in the middle of a cruise ship and out at sea. Here's the entrance to Chop's Grill, one of the specialty dining on Royal Caribbean, and here's a look at the menu. You'll also notice, like the boardwalk, there are outdoor balconies here in the Central Park as well, giving you fresh air and a nice park view. Continuing on, we come to the Trellis Bar, popular by day and night. 150 Central Park is another specialty restaurant, and here's a look at the menu. Giovanni's Italian Kitchen and Wine Bar is another beautiful place to sit and enjoy specialty dining. It's the Italian restaurant on board where you can enjoy delicious classics like seafood linguine and eggplant parmesan. If you don't want to dine in the restaurant, you can enjoy wine at the wine bar. Throughout the ship, you'll find these hidden astronaut statues like this one. They make a great opportunity for photos and selfies. Decks 9 through 14 is where you can find different staterooms and cabins. Deck 12 is home to Wonderland, one of my favorite restaurants on Royal Caribbean. Be sure to check out my episode about the dinner I had there. Now we're on Deck 15, and here's the entrance to the 3 different water slides: the Cyclone, Typhoon, and the Supercell. There is a height requirement, but if you're a fan of water slides, this one is a ton of fun. Continuing around the deck, you'll find plenty of loungers, both out in the sun or underneath in the shade. There's several different pools around the top deck, and even a kids' splash zone and play areas. Even when we have a day at sea, there's lots of room for every guest in the ship to enjoy the pools and bars, listen to the live music, and relax while you're on your vacation. And don't forget the complimentary soft serve ice cream at Sprinkles. There are a couple towel stations around the deck and life jackets for the kids. On Deck 15, you'll also find one of my favorites, the lime and the coconut. Whether it's a cocktail or mocktail, they'll fix you up a great poolside beverage to enjoy. Here's another astronaut. This is a great location for group photos. The pools are open as soon as you step on board, so be sure to pack your swimsuit in your carry-on luggage. Also on Deck 15 is the Windjammer Marketplace. This is the buffet on board and is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, featuring a huge variety of foods. Next to that is the Mason Jar, a specialty restaurant that is brand new to Royal Caribbean and can only be found, for now, on the Wonder of the Seas. Serving up new Southern cuisine like crab beignets, chicken and waffles, and beef brisket, as well as great cocktails like spiked peach tea, with a live music band playing during brunch or dinner. Dining here is a must if you're a fan of comfort food. Now we're on Deck 16 at the arcade, and nearby there's a vending machine with handy things that you may have forgotten to pack. Heading outside, we come to El Loco Fresh. This is a complimentary eatery featuring tacos, burritos, and quesadillas. There's hot and ready options that you can grab to take with you, maybe back to your chair by the pool. Or you can build your own as you move along the counter. Here's the topping and hot sauce bar to make it just the way you like it, as well as a drink station and Coca-Cola freestyle machine. And around the corner is a full bar Cantina Fresca. Continuing along Deck 16 toward the aft of the ship, we get to the sports zone. There's a great view down to the boardwalk below. There's also mini golf and the kids' playground called Wonder Playscape. And here's the entrance to the Ultimate Abyss slide. This is the flow rider where you can try out surfing, and boogie boarding, or cheer on others as they show off their athletic abilities. And across the way is the basketball court, which also occasionally turns into a pickleball court. There's a zip line that you can take to zoom over the boardwalk below. Keep in mind, all of these awesome activities on the sports deck are included in the cost of your cruise. Also on Deck 16 is the specialty restaurant Hooked Seafood, featuring crab cakes, lobster rolls, freshly shucked oysters, and much more. Walking toward the front of the ship, you can find more chairs, or if you'd like a designated space for the day, you can rent one of these casitas. Here's another look at the kids' splash zone. And a better look over at the water slides. And speaking of fun for the kids, let's head to Deck 14 to visit Adventure Ocean, the kids and teen clubs. This is a space for kids ages 3 through 12, as well as a nursery for babies 6 months to 3 years, and the teen club for ages 13 through 17. Keep in mind, the kids clubs are complimentary during certain hours, but the nursery is an extra charge. Now to the very forward of the ship, on Deck 15, we come to the solarium. This is the adults-only space for ages 16 and up, featuring hot tubs, pools, bars, and lots of comfortable chairs. These hot tubs here are cantilevered over the edge of the ship and give you some of the best views when we're out at sea. Listening to soft music and enjoying the scenery, this is a beautiful and quiet space to enjoy your time. Now we head inside the Solarium Bistro for lunch. Again, this space is all adults only and complimentary. There's lots of seating and lots of choices for food. Here's mashed potatoes, grilled fish, pork schnitzel, and some soups. They've also got hamburgers, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, French fries, and all of the toppings. Then further down, you'll find pasta dishes, which you can top with Alfredo sauce, tomato sauce, or there's baked salmon as well. There's soups, salads, and a cheese bar, as well as fresh fruit and desserts. The complimentary drink station has water, tea, and lemonade. It was a very delicious meal, and I'd highly recommend it. I hope you enjoyed my tour of the largest cruise ship in the world. There's so much for you to see and do on this ship that everyone can have the vacation of a lifetime. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to check out my Royal Caribbean playlist for more tips and information. See you next time.